Private versus public roads. If a house that you're looking at is on a private road, what do you need to care about? Well, number one, we want to make sure that you have the right to use it. And that right is usually written into your deed as a right-of-way. For a public road, the right-of-way belongs to the public, to the town, to the city, to the state. And so therefore, we know that right-of-way exists for the public to cross and access your property. But once you're going on a private road, that road might run across property that you don't own. So we want to make sure that somewhere in your deed, on the subdivision plan, somewhere that it clearly states that you have the right to use that. Number two, we want to know who is responsible for maintenance. Maintenance costs include plowing. It also includes regrading a road if it is gravel. It includes things like drainage and maintaining the culverts. Who has that responsibility? Is there a formal agreement? If there is a formal agreement, we can see how it's laid out. We also want to know how many people are part of it. We're going to want to know the cost. Usually if there's a road association, there's an annual fee of a few $100s. That goes toward the plowing and any building of reserves for repairs in the future. We also want to know the condition of the road. How long has it been in place? Are there repairs that we know about that are going to be coming in the future? Is it going to go up? If a common thing that happens is someone in the neighborhood or on the street, they do the plowing themselves. Well, if that hasn't been a cost in the past, what might it cost in the future? We want to think about that. If there's no formal agreement in place, well, Maine passed a law that actually creates a default rule, creating an association and spelling out obligations if there's no formal agreement in place. But we're going to need to know that, and our team will help educate your lender and work with them to make sure that makes sense. But more importantly, we want you to feel comfortable and know who are the people that you're going to need to be able to work with in the future to maintain access to your home. A final warning has to do with new construction developments. A lot of times, a builder is going to represent, or a developer will say, this road is going to be turned over to the town upon completion at the end. Well, if you buy a property before the road gets assumed by the town, you're still assuming risk that that developer is going to perform on what they needed to do to get the road to municipal standards or state standards in order for that to be assumed. If you have any questions about this or anything else having to do with roads and property access, our team would love to help.